Hello guys, how are you? I'm sitting here cursing under my breath, okay? I did quite a long recording for you guys this morning, and somewhere between recording and ending and getting it into YouTube, the file got corrupted and nothing is working, and I'm starting over, so I'm really sorry that this is late. It was like a 39-minute one or something. I had things I was sharing with you and stuff. And I will leave it till tomorrow and see if I can sort it out. And if possible, then maybe you'll get to see it anyway. But for now, no, don't want to recycle it. I kind of want to just pick it up. For now, I am going to be working on this house. We're going to have a look here at the steward's house. Now, what I'm thinking, now this one is going to be forever far, far away. I'm not sure what to do about that. I was thinking about making this the kitchen just because it's going to be a little bit easier, to come in, hit the painting, come in here and do the kitchen, and then the music will be, I don't know, I'm going to be ending up all the way back here anyway, aren't I? Because I feel like, you would come into the main reception room if there's just the one door. But it's also the main office for this fella. So maybe this is where he has coffee, or if one of the staff are in and they're talking and they're sitting down having lunch together or something, it might be better not to be walking through his house, right? It might be a better setup to have the kitchen here rather than somewhere else. I'm not sure. Is this the curtains I want? I don't know. What would be options in the kitchen? I mean, we could do these. I know the blue is wrong. Well, okay, that blue's not entirely horrible. Let's put them both up there and see what they look like. What do you think? The white or the blue? Yeah, you know what? Either one. They're fine. Either one seems just fine. I don't really have a strong preference here. But I'd like to get rid of this, but I'm not going to until that last bit is used up. Or I'd like till I've got the last item there from the thing. It's cooking something. When the cooking is done, then I'll get rid of it, is what I'm trying to say in my own bumbling way. I shall be bumbly. And I think in this, with the blue and the dark, I think I like the idea of a nice light colored cabinetry in here. I really do. Yeah. I guess in the corner, like so. And then what? This or the refrigerator? Refrigerator is over here, the big pretty shiny one. And if that's going to be a dining room, I suppose. Okay, let's go back here. Anyway, yeah, so, man, this other recording I did. Oh, you know what? It's probably just as well I shut up anyway, and you guys didn't get to hear it. I was just talking about the Abu Dhabi race, the last race of the F1 season. I am a rather large fan of, I just really am. I'm not going to put anything else over here till I figure out what we're doing there around with that extra stove. Yeah, I'm tempted to just toss it. No, leave it alone. Okay, just wait her out, sunshine. Just wait her out. Yeah, I don't. The race was, I've spent the whole season kind of not really caring who's going to win. Lewis Hamilton, he's had 7 world championships. I have to admit, I thought it was going to be pretty cool if he got 8th, just because, it's like we're there when history was made. We were watching. Ooh, what a year, right? That's kind of fun. That's kind of a fun thing to get to have for the rest of your life, and I thought that'd be pretty cool. On the other hand, Max Verstappen is an incredible driver. I mean, he's brilliant. He's great. He's good. And I certainly wasn't, I cheered for him for much of the season. I finally came down to, it's kind of a weird thing. I decided, and I do this often with horse racing too. It's just, you pick It's like, yeah, they're both good horses, whatever. But, oh well, I know that this horse, I know the driver, so I'll pick him. Or I know that this horse had, a hard time when he was young or something, or he's, it's pretty random, to be honest. I will pick it more for emotional reasons than anything else. I never pick anything purely by country. Oh, I'm going for this football team because, they're the guys up the road. I might do that just because it's fun, but if they lose, I won't care. If the other team is doing wonderful, exciting things, it's like, oh my gosh, that was the best game. That was really exciting. So I just don't care. I don't get that, I'm a rabid fan. My guy has to win. I don't do that. And I never have. I've bet on many a horse. And then at the end of the race, some other horse was doing amazing, wonderful things coming up from behind. A horse that everybody thought wasn't a stayer is suddenly, just proving he can go the distance, and he's going around the pack and he's making it happen, and it's all exciting. And I'll just be screaming him on, going, oh, that's a beautiful run. And, the people next to you at the track are going, wow, was that the one you bet for? And it's like, hell no, I just lost $10 on the other guy. But did you see that race? Oh my goodness. I'm one of those people. So, yeah. So I've been accused of being biased against the Dutch there yesterday and today. And it's like, no. I married a Dutchman. My best friend is a Dutchman. I spent years of my life trying to convince my husband to move back and I wanted to go live in the Netherlands, for goodness sakes. I've got family and friends there. And it's like, no, if I'm picking by country, I would have picked Max Verstappen. But that isn't what I do. And I just thought, like I said, it would have been fun. It would have been kind of fun had, Lewis Hamilton has been talking about quitting for a long time because he feels that he could take his fame and the money that he's made and do something good for the world with it, which I think is admirable. And I thought it'd be cool. I just thought it'd be cool if, we were there when that, nobody's ever won 8 championships before. And I thought it'd be a good time. I just thought it'd be kind of a nice thing to have happen. And that was it. That's the whole story. And I wouldn't have minded at all had Max won. What I did mind was the fact that some bloody freaking Michael Massey, when the guy who gets to call things during the race, broke the rules. He the guy who ended up winning, I want to put that behind where the table is. It's not working. The guy who won had been in second place for 57 laps, and he did not have enough race left to even hope to catch the leader. It wasn't going to happen. It just couldn't happen. And as a result, and then there was a crash. It was like the only thing that was going to save him is some tragedy for somebody else, and that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, when a safety car comes out and everybody has to basically kind of stop racing. They're still driving around, but they're not racing. They're not supposed to be overtaking. There's different ways of handling this, but the steward who was running it didn't handle it in any of the ways that's in the rule book. He made a decision first, so some of the drivers based their decisions about whether or not to get new tires, whether to stay where they were, etc., on what he said. And then the guy who was in second place, his team actually asked for something, and the steward changed it to suit him, which feels a little slimy. And it set up a situation where some guy who had been 14 seconds, 15 seconds into second place for most of the race, and I think was almost 12 seconds behind, which is a lot in racing, with 1 lap left in the race. 1 lap left. This guy who's 12 seconds behind gets to come up to the leader with nice fresh new tires that are actually faster than the other kind that the guy was beating his backside with up until then. And he was actually up beside him and even in front of him a couple of times before, the race restarted. So, there was no way he could lose at that point. He was driving with faster gear and had been given 11 seconds off his time, put up beside the guy, and was even scootzing ahead sometimes. Like it was just really messy. It was just really messy. And there, what the steward did, there was no rule to cover it. Like the rules say specifically this or this, and he went with, well, I'm just going to make something up in the middle for myself. And that's what he put in. And unfortunately, it just made, I don't know. I felt like my whole year had been cheated. I have had such a beautiful, wonderful, happy year watching all this stuff with Quill. And it just like they threw mud all over it. They just dirtied it up. You know, it's like, it felt contrived. In the last few weeks, it felt like that. The stewards really have been, I don't know, man. It's like, oh. It's like they've been purposely causing drama. Like, it's been things like, you know, one week, something that's been allowed for decades is suddenly being fined. The next week, the same thing happens and they don't do anything about it. One week, they seems to be almost picking on a driver. And then the next week, it's like they're picking on somebody else. And it's like, why do you do this? I don't want that there. I don't know. It's just been it feels like you're watching the World Wrestling Federation, to be honest. That's what it's been feeling like the last few weeks. And I felt cheated. I felt like they stole something from me that had been beautiful and exciting and fun all year, watching the rivalry between these two guys, and then some jerk broke it. And the poor guy who won is being trashed around the world because he couldn't win without the stewards cheating for him. So his championship's tainted forever. And the guy that was actually way the heck ahead for the entire race, he completely dominated. And then he lost. Can you hear the air quotes? And I don't know, everything feels so, I don't know, I felt like something really wonderful had been taken away from me. And then I realized that I might be a little bit addicted. And that's like, okay, I have a problem. Is there like a 12-step program for Formula One fans? I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit like I goofed. I don't know. I'm laughing, but it's actually a little, it's like, wow, man, I got really upset with that Michael Massey, the guy who made this ridiculous, let's make shit up on the spur of the moment call. It was like, wait a minute. So the guy who's in second, his team asked you for something and you just change it. It's like, oh yeah, we'll fix it just for you. It's like, what? Seriously? I don't think you can do this. So it's probably going to end up in court in the whole year. Like the whole thing's going to be messy. We may not know for months who actually won the championship. That just feels so wrong. That just feels like they really need to fire that Massey. They need to just fire the guy. And of course, the FIA investigated themselves and decided that they never do anything wrong. So that's why it's going to court. They should have said, yeah, okay, you know what, we have to take some action here. That shouldn't have happened. And they should have pounced on the Massey guy and it would have quieted the entire world, but they're not. They're going to let it drag out and they're just messing things up for everybody. And I'm just, yeah, I'm just, But it has nothing to do with, oh, Lewis is English and Max is Dutch. Well, Max is born in Belgium and he lives in Monaco. He does have some legal standing as a Dutch person because he got paperwork done, but he doesn't feel very Dutch to me. Go home if that's true. If you want to live somewhere else, then be somewhere else. And if, the fact that Lewis is English, if he was Scottish, okay, maybe there'd be some truth to the accusation. I can be as biased as the next person, okay? But that isn't the case this time. It is just not where it's at. Oh my goodness. I don't know what Michael Massey is, but I'm totally biased against him. I know this to be true. Anyway, we have a kitchen done-ish. Like I said, I'll be changing that when that's finished here in an hour, but it's okay. Then if the guys are coming in, if a staff guy comes in when it's lunchtime, they can go sit in the kitchen and have a coffee together, have a wee chat, work out the schedule for the coming month or whatever, and without having them, track muddy barn boots through the rest of the house and stuff like that. So, and I wonder if I should I change the floor in here? I've never changed the floor in the kitchen. I mean, that's always kind of nice and clean, especially with muddy barn boots. And that could be okay. It feels kind of busy. I used to have that in my kitchen. I had 2 large dogs. I lived in the country with a great big field out back. I had to wash that floor every single morning and sometimes at night. The black shows everything and the white shows everything else. It's actually quite bad. That would be good, wouldn't it? I like this one. Let's go with this one. Yeah, do it. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Although now it feels... It's great for the kitchen. It's less good for the dining area. Do you see what I mean there? And these are the only big ones. I mean, I suppose I could do something like that to sort of define the area. I don't know. It would be better this way, but it won't go that way because doors. And if I don't like it, I may have to remove everything to pick it up. Well, I don't know. I'll have to think about this one. While I think about it, I'm going to say goodbye and try to get this recording on. This will probably be the only one today, and I do apologize for that. It's just, it's been a really, really busy morning, and things have messed up on me, and now everything is late, and I have to stream in a little while. So, this is it, guys. Thank you for being here. I apologize that you missed the great big long one, where I was talking about all kinds of things and giggling my head off for a while. If I can get it sorted out, maybe I'll post that one up tomorrow. But for now, bye. See you soon.